The Portland Trailblazers have found their key to success. What's going on, everyone? I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. Today, I want to talk about your Portland Trailblazers and how I really do think they found their key to success and what exactly that looks like for this team in the future. Today, I want to talk about the Portland Trailblazers and their hot streak that they've been on lately and what's been their key to success. I also want to talk about the trade deadline that came and went and how it was pretty quiet for your Trailblazers. And then later in the video, I want to talk about how the Blazers should finish off the year. Should they tank and try to get one of the best picks in this upcoming draft, or should they make a push for the playoffs? And then to finish off the video, I just got a few things to talk about regarding this channel, so stick to the end for that. So first things first, when did the Trailblazers become the best team in the NBA? As the time of this recording, they have won 10 of their last 13 games, and that includes losing the last 2. So if you take away those 2 losses, they had won 10 of 11. The Trailblazers have looked worse over their last few games, and no one's really stepped up and had any great games lately. Scoot's shot has looked a bit worse lately, and he's not taking as many shot attempts as he was in that winning streak, and PNWDev has also looked a bit rough and hasn't really been playing like himself lately. And now the Blazers are dealing with a bit of injuries, but I still think that this team will look much better to end off the season than they did to start it, and so I wouldn't get too down on the last couple of losses. As of a few days ago, the Portland Trailblazers had the #1 ranked defense. I honestly never thought I'd say that. And the #11 ranked offensive rating with the 3rd best net rating. Now, the net rating is essentially just a combination of their offense and defensive rating, and basically just how many points are you giving up versus how many are you scoring per 100 possessions. And that's only behind the Oklahoma City Thunders and the LA Lakers. And now I think the biggest key to this team being night and day difference from before is their defense. After years and years of Chauncey saying that he wanted to improve this team's defense, he may have done that. Or did he? Now, I'm not so sure we can give Chauncey all the credit for this team's improved defense. He may be running a few better sets and utilizing some of his players a bit better on defense, but more than anything, the players themselves are stepping up. I'm specifically talking about Toumani Camara and PNWDev. Both those guys over the last month to month and a half have been absolutely amazing on defense, and even when Toumani is having a really bad offensive night, like just the other night, he shot 2 for 13, he was still one of the most impactful players on the court. Toumani Camara has really stepped up this year and has been one of the Blazers' overall most impactful players. He might not be the best player overall on the team, but he's hands down the team's best defender. I don't think people quite realize how important it is to have a guy like PNWDev on your team, especially when you're going up against players and teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder with guys like SGA, the Kings with guys like Zach LaVine, or even the Timberwolves with guys like Anthony Edwards. Having a guy like Toumani Camara who can really just defend other teams' star players is truly one of the best things a team can have. And if you're a team that wants to compete, you need a guy like Toumani Camara. And now, I've said this many times before, but PNWDev is truly the glue that holds this team together. I don't think it's any coincidence that the Blazers go on a 10-1 win streak after he comes back from injury. And now, while Denny may not be as elite on defense like Toumani Camara is, Denny's the kind of guy that's going to adapt and mold himself to be and do whatever the team needs each game. If he needs to be aggressive, he can score 30 like he did versus the Bucks the other night. Or maybe the team just needs someone to help them push the pace and handle the ball, then he can do that as well. This front court duo of Toumani Camara and PNWDev is the foundation that the rest of this team is built upon, and I think that between the two of them, the Blazers have a great front court duo for years and years to come. So I truly do think that those two players are this team's key to success, and without them, I don't think there's any chance that they go on a hot streak like they did over the last month. Now, how about that trade deadline though? Since the trade deadline, the Blazers are currently 1-2. They beat the Kings, but then lost to the Timberwolves and then the Nuggets last night. But the question I think we're all asking is, was not making any moves the right move? There's 2 different ways to look at this in my opinion. 1, the team is firing on all cylinders, and so why trade anyone and disrupt what they have going on? And 2, there's some guys on the team that are actually holding back the Trailblazers, and there might be even more room for potential and growth if certain guys were traded. Now, I'm definitely somewhere in the middle, leaning a little bit towards the latter. If you've watched any of my past videos, you know this, but I think at a minimum, Jeremy Grant and Robert Williams should have been traded. It seemed like there was a lot of demand for Robert Williams at the trade deadline, and so not moving off of him to me just seems crazy. And now, if you want to make an argument for Jeremy Grant not being traded because no one wanted him, then sure, I guess I'd give it to you. But I'd even argue that the benefits of allowing Denny and Toumani to start full-time together, plus whatever assets you'd get for trading Jeremy Grant, is worth it enough just to move off of him and get off of his contract. And now we'll never really know what those offers looked like from other teams to Joe Cronin, but from his press conference, it sounds like he made calls on certain players, but the offers just weren't what he wanted.
I would say we got fairly close on a few things. Nothing that drug out all the way through today. Like some of this stuff was exhausted over the last couple weeks, but there were a few that made some sense for us and we thought for the other team, but just didn't happen. Aggressive wise, we're always trying to be really aggressive, and often that means just canvassing the league. Like we want to, stay engaged with all these teams, really communicate, talk about needs with each other and how we can help each other, and that's our level of aggression, is just to stay connected with these teams throughout this whole process.
Now, is that other teams were lowballing the Blazers and only offering a couple of second-round picks and an expiring contract for Jeremy Grant? Or is it the fact that Joe Cronin is overvaluing his players? Well, we'll never really know, but I'll let you guys discuss that in the comments if you'd like. Now moving on, what's the best way for the Portland Trailblazers to finish off the year? Should they tank or should they push for the playoffs? The Portland Trailblazers are currently the 13th seed in the Western Conference and are 4.5 games back from the 10th seed, with San Antonio and Phoenix between them and Golden State. The Warriors have that 10th seed spot, and the problem is both San Antonio and Golden State got much better at the trade deadline, adding De'Aaron Fox and Jimmy Butler, and I'm just not so sure the Blazers have the firepower to skip past one of those teams and make it into the play-in. I think the only way that that's really possible is if a team like Phoenix or a team like the Kings just really bottom out the rest of the year and end up falling out of the play-in, and the Blazers are somehow able to pass them. Now, does that mean that I think they should just start tanking the rest of the season? No, not at all. I understand the benefits of tanking and aiming for a higher draft pick, don't get me wrong, and I understand the benefits that people argue about for the team's future, but the Blazers are 10 games ahead of the Utah Jazz, who are currently the 14th seed, and so I just don't think they could tank that hard and catch up to them if they wanted to. Also, as a sports fan, something about the integrity of the sport just makes me not want to lose games on purpose. I'd rather just go out there, give it 110% each and every game until the end of the season, and whatever happens, happens. The repetitions the young guys would get and the winning culture that they'd be building, even while losing quite a bit, would be insanely valuable to me, and I just don't think you should give up on that just for a couple more percentage points at getting a better pick. But comment below your thoughts. Should the Blazers tank and aim for a higher pick this year? Should they try to capture the flag? Or should they just keep doing what they're doing and aim for a play-in spot, and whatever happens, happens? And now, just to wrap up the video, I want to talk about the channel a bit. First, thank you guys so much for all the support on the last few videos. I've never even had a video break over 15,000 views, and so to have back-to-back videos break 20,000 views is just insane. My plan going forward is going to be uploading one video per week. I'm going to aim to upload that on Tuesdays, and then hopefully in the future I'll be able to start uploading a bit more and more, hopefully getting some shorts thrown in there. For the rest of the week though, if you want to keep up to date with me, I don't post too much on there, but I'm active on Twitter, and so I'll put that on screen now. Make sure to go follow me over there, and if enough of you do, maybe I'll start posting more. Also, we're really close to 2,000 subscribers, and so make sure to hit that subscribe button if this is your first time on the channel, or maybe you've seen one of my videos before but just haven't done it. Now is a great time as we get close to 2,000 subscribers, and I want to plan something big, and so if you want to be a part of a giveaway or anything I do in the future, you gotta be subscribed, so do that now. Moving forward, I'd love to hear your ideas on future content that you'd want to see, whether it's the same style of videos that I do now, or maybe something else like Q&As, live streams, podcasts, some sort of series, etc. Blazer fan base. But again, comment below your thoughts on what videos you want to see in the future, and I'll take a look at every single comment. And now I think that's all for me. I just want to thank you guys again for all the support lately. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video on your way out of here, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. And until next time, I'll see you later.